Hey guys, so we're doing a little something different this week on the Status Effect podcast. We're going to be playing the game Dread. It's an RPG similar to Dungeons & Dragons, but it has some different elements. It's really cool. We're going to have this uploaded video version as well because we're playing with a tower, definitely not a Jenga tower. But we're playing with that, so if you want to go check out the video version, you can go to our YouTube channel. And so now we're going to have some of our wonderful players introduce themselves, and then we'll get started playing the game.
Hi, I'm Justin. Today I'll be playing Captain Blackman, captain of the ship and leader of the crew.
Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm going to be playing Theo Gracie, a interplanetary species researcher aboard the ship.
My name's Taylor. I'm playing Bertha Doe, the medic on the ship.
My name is Jordan. I'm playing the non-human on the ship named Nadaraj Jovak.
I'm Kevin Berger. I will be playing the technician as Pale Flyer.
Wesley Thomas. I'll be playing the navigator, Janice Slitherborn.
We got Pale, Theo, Janisk, Nad, Captain, and Bertha. There we go.
I
All right.
almost like to call you by your title.
So this is how we begin. There is, let's see. I just forgot your name. Theo.
No.
Theo, you're standing on a planet that you're not really familiar with, and it has these huge rolling fields and plains, and the sun is coming up in the east, and you see this woman that you don't know, but you know that you have strong feelings for her. And she is walking toward you, and you feel your heart start to flutter as behind her an explosion erupts. And you're trying to warn her to get out of the way. You're trying to tell her, like, watch out.
No, watch out!
Exactly like that, yeah. And she only has love in her eyes, and she runs towards you with arms outstretched until the flames overtake her, and then you sit up in your seat, and you fell asleep on the, what is it, SS Columbus, the Christopher Columbus?
It's Santa Maria, actually.
Oh, you changed it?
Well, no, I never changed it. You just never asked.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you named it after.
Named it for Christopher
Oh,
Columbus.
okay.
Yeah.
You didn't name it Christopher
I didn't
Columbus.
name it after him. No, I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
an idiot.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, I'm not an idiot. So you're on a typical everyday mission, right? You're carrying cargo from point A to point B with your captivating crew. And you come across this spacecraft that seems to be just drifting through space. It's a lot larger than yours. And you try to call out to it a couple times to see what the issue is, and you don't get anything, nothing back, not even static. And you are flying towards it. What do you do as a captain of your ship?
I think I get on the intercom. Janice, we got some kind of wrecked ship ahead. I need you to take a look at it with a scanner.
That was great. No, I thought you said you didn't have a PA though. That's what you said before.
No.
Oh, the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, Janice, you're being summoned. What do we do?
I was going to pull alongside for investigation.
All right. So you guys pull alongside this vehicle. It's probably about 10 times as large as the ship you're on, which
This is
isn't
scary, guys. I don't think we should be doing this.
which isn't a tiny
bad
ship.
news
Yours
bears.
isn't. I mean, it is smaller, but it's not. It's not tiny. And you're pulling up next to this ship, and it looks like from some readings that you guys can get that the ship is in some kind of power save mode. Like, it seems like it will support life inside. Like, you can tell that there's still oxygen in the ship, but the gravity systems are down. A couple other things are down, and it doesn't look like there are any lights on inside.
I got a bad feeling.
I'm going to ask the technician, hey, what do you think's going on with this ship? Can you tell from what's happening, what's going on?
What do I see on scanners?
We get any life sign readings?
You aren't getting anything.
So we're getting absolutely nothing from the ship.
Nothing from the
Except
ship.
base power readings.
It seems to be dead.
One of two things. Either the crew has died and the ship has gone into a minimum power configuration trying to support any remaining crew.
In which case it's ours.
In which case it's ours. Or it's playing possum and they're using some sort of scanning blocking system.
For an ambush.
Yes.
Sounds reasonable.
And we only have
However,
one
at this
medic,
point, we're right
so-
alongside. We're screwed.
Right. Well, I guess we may as well arm up. Everybody grab your guns, just in case.
I don't own guns.
So are you docking?
I have a gun.
You docking?
Or are we going to, or do you want to say
Before we do, I think we should check and make sure there's possibility for pathogens on the ship. That could have been what killed them, so we should make sure that we have some kind of biohazard gear, right, medic?
I'm saying that
Right.
you guys probably have like a space suit that you
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
that you'd be able to all wear.
That's in
if
my
what you
basic
want.
kit.
So
Yeah.
let's gear up and get ready to. We're gonna try and board.
Okay. You're piloting
like
the ship,
this.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
don't
ask
like
you
this
to.
stance.
I didn't explain actually what the rules of dread
No.
were
did
before
not.
before we started. It's actually really simple. You pull from the Jenga tower. Well, not Jenga tower in this case.
From the
Um,
not a Jenga tower.
Yeah, definitely not a Jenga tower.
The block tower.
The block tower. If you're trying to do something that your character can't do or is going to have trouble doing. So in this case, our captain is trying to pull into a docking system, but because there's no one to communicate with, he's going to have a harder time with it than he would if someone was guiding him into the docking system. So I'm going to make him pull from the Jenga tower. If at any time the tower collapses, your character is eliminated from the game, whether that be death or any other
Mutiny.
kind of thing.
I'm
Yeah.
about to crash this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got
And
it.
so any task you perform under duress or that's above your character's ability, which is decided by me, you will have to pull from the tower. And the game increasingly gets more difficult as we play. And that's really about all we need to know. There's no dice, there's no stats. It's a lot of narrative, so I thought it was pretty cool. So you are pulling into the docking system of the ship. You're trying to get in contact with the other side, and there is nothing. So you have to pull from the tower to see if you successfully dock into this
Okay,
ship.
here we go.
Our first pull.
So it's not first touch.
No. I modified the rules just a little bit because of the way we're configured here for best use of cameras. I'm going to allow you guys to use two hands just because you're not going to be. Some of you are going to be reaching, and it would be really hard to do it with just one. So
Well, my question was first touch, like the first
No.
touch you have to do.
no, you don't have. No, you don't have to do that.
No place like that.
Crazy people.
Hardcore Jenga
Yeah, I mean, the
players.
rules is not really the point of this.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not get
yeah.
too bogged down
Okay.
in that. Let's keep going.
So you successfully docked the ship. Congratulations. You don't
Thank God,
die
we're not
the
dead
first
yet.
one. Yep. And you have to force the doors open, and you walk into what looks like some kind of cargo shipment area where this ship would be unloading a bunch of stuff. It seems to be the only docking port on the ship, which is kind of strange too. And the only lights that are on are some emergency lights that are up in the top left and right corners of this huge like warehouse, and they're sirens almost like flipping like this. And you have some path lights, very small red lights that are lining some of the pathways, and everything looks really quiet.
But it sounds like a trap. Like we didn't
So
line
who
up,
all
let's
is
leave.
who all is going in, if you're going in at all?
So who knows how to shoot here?
I do not.
We don't even know who mans the guns.
Our technician mans the guns.
So
We're gonna
he
have to-
can
we're
shoot.
gonna have to use small arms here. Okay, we
Or
can't
shooting
use
a-
Fine with
the
killing
ship's gun.
things. So.
Shooting a capital class weapon is very different from a handheld weapon.
Right.
That was not in my training.
Okay, you'll stay behind then. You can stay on the radio so we can communicate. Okay.
Okay.
You stay in the bridge.
I'm gonna stay behind too.
So the
Recommendation
medic
is
is
Captain,
staying.
My recommendation is bring the medic with us in
Yeah.
case there is
Yeah.
anyone still alive.
Yeah, we can just cover them like a
Cover
cover
them.
right.
I mean, there's honestly probably not going to be a lot we can do for them. We don't
I'll-
have the kind of medical facilities to keep like an entire crew alive.
Basic triage,
But we
And
could bring more
also-
people into our crew if we can save them.
as
I
well
wouldn't
as
trust
she
anyone
knows how to
like
read
that.
the medical scanners. So if there is something going around, she'll be better prepared to read it and tell us what
Yeah,
we need to
environmental
do to
risks
stay
and whatnot.
alive.
Okay.
That's a
if
good
you
point.
guys
Some
think
sort
that's
of-
a good idea. That sounds good. We have to have someone stay behind at the bridge.
I'll definitely
He,
go.
he
Should-
volunteered like crazy.
I mean,
Okay.
should I come though in case there's like an alien or something
We have
that you
to have
guys don't
someone
know?
stay on
No,
Will-
you leave
Alright.
the researcher behind.
All right,
We'll bring
cool.
you a
Yeah.
piece of the alien.
All right.
Do you
But you
know how
guys
to use the
keep
radio?
keep
Yeah.
radio comms. So if you
Absolutely.
guys see something strange, let me know and I'll let you guys know what the deal is.
Absolutely.
All right. So Theo, you're staying behind.
Yep.
Gratefully.
Bertha, how's that make you feel?
Well, I'm glad someone will be safe.
We are. So you guys move into the cargo area, and immediately on your medical scanner, you kind of get some weird radiation levels. They're not high enough to like kill someone instantly when they take off their mask, but they are unusually high. It looks like there's some kind of dust that is floating around in the air that might have some kind of radioactive properties that you really don't understand. But I'm assuming you relay that to the group. like you tell them.
Okay, there's radioactive stuff.
Right. Well,
floating in the air.
what I meant by that was that some of this information you're going to get as a character that you don't have to let everyone else know. I'm telling everyone, so they will all, as a person, know, but their characters might not know. So if I'm telling you something and you say, "I'd like to keep that to myself," then no
Everyone
one else
else
will know.
has to write it off as
Right.
we don't know.
They don't know, but you don't have to
So
repeat
it's like
it.
a
It's
court.
just, it's just.
Yes.
I'm asking if you would
Mhm.
tell everyone that.
Yes.
Okay, so all your
Yes,
characters know
they
that
all
there's
know.
this weird dust that's radioactive, and almost immediately once you step across, you hear your radio start come to life, and you think that it's Theo calling in to check in and make sure everything's working, but it sounds like someone you don't even know, and it's really garbled, and you can't really hear anything. All you hear is just a bunch of static, but there is something on the other line.
Nope. I'll guard the door. Y'all have fun.
I'm going to try and see if I can squelch out some of the interference and get a clearer signal.
All right, I'm going to need you to pull for that. It's a hard task.
Oh boy.
Okay, you get. Let's see if I can do this without making it terrible for listeners. You get. I try research, and it cuts out.
Most likely, whoever it is trapped in the research lab, or that was the last place someone was alive, and it's set as a repeating mayday.
So that's all you get from that at the moment. You look around and you can tell that the ship is in some kind of power conservation status, almost like the ship is hibernating. Like I said before, there are life support enough for you to breathe without your mask, if that's something you want to do.
That goes
but-
against my recommendations.
It'll just be opposite.
So you, oh, sorry, I meant to wait till you sat down. So you would know that you have to find some kind of engineering
Mhm.
section to turn the power back on. And I'm assuming that's what you guys want to try to do, is try to find some way to turn the
most
power back
efficient
on.
way to learn about the ship would be get main power to the computer so we could actually go through the records. So my recommendation is we find engineering.
What do you guys think?
I think that it's risky, and the bad dust, I'll guard the door so nothing gets on the ship. You decide what you want to do.
I don't think it's wise to leave you here alone.
Not alone. He's behind me. Scared us.
He has to keep the door to the ship shut, so.
But I can
could be
see him
a
through the
few
window
minutes
though.
before
So
you
if he
get
he
help.
dies, I can let you guys know that he's dead.
Yeah, there's that.
It'll likely be about 4 seconds before they blow the airlock.
So we got one
Yeah.
person. We got Theo on the
I'm
ship,
dead too.
and Janice, you're saying you're gonna stay.
In the cargo room to
In the cargo
secure
room?
it.
This doesn't sound like a good idea.
Shut up.
So we're going to
Okay.
find Janice in the corner drunk.
Yeah, Janice, I'm not gonna let you stay here alone. I think we gotta travel as a group. We have no idea what's going on here. It'd be just absolutely crazy for me to let you stay here on your own. I can't do
Make me
that.
stay.
He is the captain.
He says over the radio, "He is the captain."
That's what I couldn't tell.
Are we sure leaving the radios on open is a good idea, Captain?
Yes.
Yes.
I said Captain.
Only makes a little bit of hate.
Well, thank you for that. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Let's look around in this room a little, see if we can find some kind of a map so we aren't just stumbling around in this place blind.
Okay. You guys sticking together and just kind of walking through the
I
room?
think it'd be
You
best
guys-
if we stay together for now.
Yeah, I'm lagging.
Yeah.
But I
For
will
sure.
recommend if the radiation gets any worse, so we turn back.
Okay, understood. Keep an eye on it.
Okay, so you guys are walking through this cargo area, and you see a bunch of big boxes, and you can kind of like there are big colony vessels that take a lot of people from one planet to another, and this kind of seems like that's what they might have been doing. You see a lot of supplies for food that have actually been broken, and you see boxes kind of scattered around the ground. And oddly enough, you're looking around and you see there's a ventilation shaft, and actually the cover of it has been ripped off, and you can see a bag of space chips that has been torn up and kind of pulled through. Like I wasn't gonna say Lay's, like potato chips.
Snacks.
Yeah, you see some snacks and things that have been actually pulled. It looks like toward the ventilation system. And as you guys keep walking, you see signs that say engineering deck 3.
Do we see any signs indicating what deck we're on now?
Yeah, where are we?
It says you are on deck 1.
Okay, so we most likely need to go down 2 decks, and it will probably be towards the rear of the ship. Either rear or center. That's the standard positions for engineering.
What are you guys going to do?
Well, the doors opening without power?
They can be forced.
Okay. Well, we're forcing doors open.
Personally, I'm starting to think we should turn back. This is starting to sound a lot more like either there's been a raid or a mutiny or something violent has happened here. I don't think it's safe to be on the ship. I honestly think we should leave right now.
Are there any terminals in the cargo bay?
There are a few, but none that will reset power. It's
Anything
only.
that
I'm
will
not-
view security.
I'm looking for more security log database access because that frequently can still run
Sensors.
in low power.
I will. I'll let you pull for it. I don't know how. Like, if he fails this, how would I in the story like make it? He touches it and electrocutes electrocutes him.
Wow. On some?
Some? All of them.
I was actually running
Jenga's
off on,
not a
the ground.
sponsor.
Jeez.
You're gonna, went with he touches the electrons before
Yeah,
everybody dies.
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
research
Okay.
and then
All right.
starts
You
watching.
get that the systems have all been turned off manually. It has something or someone turned off these systems.
Do we have a date code?
No.
So we have no idea when it happened.
You have no idea when it happened. Just that it was something or someone that turned it off. Someone that knew how.
For there not to be any sort of log of it, it would most likely have to have been done physically. So they would have had to actually break or disconnect a power line somewhere. Because if it was done through the software, there would be a date code indicating it has been done at this time, as well as who did it.
I'm not
Probably
wandering
should just
around this
leave.
dark ship.
Well, what
Yeah.
about this ventilation shaft? Can we not send someone to scout and look through it and see maybe
Do
we can
you
find
wanna go?
something?
Ventilation
volunteer to
shafts
go.
can be more
I'm not sitting down
confusing
that
than
thing.
just trying to navigate the ship blind.
Yeah, there's no way in hell we're getting the hell out of this ship. We're not wandering around a pitch black ship.
Can you bring me back to chips?
Yes.
Do you want barbecue or what?
Barbecue is fine.
All right. let's go.
If we're abandoning the ship, we might as well look through the cargo containers before we leave, see if there's anything useful, at least in the room we're in.
I gotta disagree again. I think whatever's going on with this radiation, I'm just not willing to risk any of this. It's just not worth our trouble. We need to just leave right now.
Scratch the chips. They're probably contaminated.
Well,
There you go.
The medic says that the levels are low enough to be survived, so we should be able to decon anything we find. And
It may not be worth it for a bag of chips.
But you don't know what else we'll find. What
Let's,
if we
uh,
have medical supplies or medicine or
That's what I'm saying. At least give it a
Weapons.
cursory glance.
something that's tradable.
Theo, do
Yeah.
you think you could figure out maybe what exactly this stuff is if we bring you a sample
I'll bring
back?
you a sample.
That's what I was going to say. Bring me a sample and I could probably figure it out.
Okay, let's do that first.
Okay, so you bring back a sample of the dust and you take it into the lab on the ship, a very small lab, and you do some rudimentary work on it, and you discover that it. Actually, no. I'm gonna make you pull for it.
That's what
Aw,
But he's a researcher.
careful.
That's my. That's
No. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
Find out what,
what I'm saying, yes, I'm
is a
saying
good
you
call.
can do study on it.
Okay.
That's within your ability. But whether you get the information that I have that I want to give you is whether that's how successful this is.
okay.
There's a loose one over here. Careful.
Where?
Right there.
This one?
Nope.
Nope,
Yeah,
down.
sure.
Below.
Down.
It's
Down.
right above the one I pulled
You're right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
because it was coming out fairly easily.
Oh my.
Perpendicular, yeah.
Yep.
Careful,
Thought
careful.
you were steady, baby.
Take a deep breath. Hold it.
Just drop.
I've got some oils for that.
Okay.
Yep.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, you actually realize that these are. So you realize after successfully looking at it for a little while that they are some kind of human skin cell that has been
Guys, you're gonna see
radiated
this.
to the point that that's what's floating around in the air, like a dust.
Okay, team, gather. Come back to the ship. We got to talk about this.
We are back on
Oh,
the
you're
ship.
already back. On the ship.
You see them peek around the corner. We're right here, and you're like, oh.
Everybody standing outside saying, what's happening in there?
Guys, this is bad. This is skin cells. Human skin cells.
Dun, dun, dun.
What made them end up that way?
I can't tell that. I can just tell what they are.
You can tell that it's some kind of radiation.
It's some kind of radiation,
So
but
radiation made them fall to pieces?
I mean, look, I don't know how it happened. I'm not a time traveler, I just know that they're radiated human skin cells.
And it was a dust.
It might
so
be a good idea to turn the research over to Bertha.
Yeah, because it's biological.
Falling
matter,
into
so-
the medical field.
Well, I assume that like you were wearing all the proper like
We
gear when
were.
you're studying
No,
something.
he's staying in there till we find out what's really going on. Have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So what
There's
do
a
you guys wanna do?
decontamination room.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
can go in.
All right, you're fine.
I
What do you
figured
guys
we
want
already
to
went
do?
through it.
It's like an airlock in between the ships, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The
you're
airlock
fine.
is usually built-in decon.
Right.
I think we need to get on the radio. I'm gonna have you get on the radio, Nad, and contact the Federation, see if they can send someone out here that's better suited to handle this. So I think we're in way over our heads right now.
Who do I need to contact?
It's like calling-
Jim.
Dial 911.
Jim.
Tell them what's
Dial
happening.
nine-
His name's Jim.
No,
His name is
what-
Jim.
what-
Ask for Freddie. He knows.
Fleet command.
What I mean is should it be like a military or more of like a?
There's like a police type.
Please don't send space cops down here. I can't deal with that, dude.
You got weed.
We're gonna be long
You got weed
gone.
on my ship, dude.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Okay.
We're
All right,
gonna
so you're
Or should I
contacting-
contact like the
Dodge.
CDC type deal?
I'm delegating
This
to you.
this
Delegate.
okay.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
let me
So
explain.
Maybe
airborne-
contact both.
Let me explain
Wait,
what's
airborne
happening,
skin
right?
pathogens.
He's asking you to see if this ship was on some kind of record, and so we can tell why it's stuck here. Is it supposed to be going somewhere specifically? Like he's trying to figure out more about the ship, so you can contact
And is it
the
quarantined?
federal, like the government, to know whether or not this wasn't like a
Okay,
up to
okay.
par thing.
So I'm gonna contact the nearest planetary system.
Yep.
See if they have any record of the ship.
Yeah, you got Freddie here.
Yes.
Who's speaking?
Freddie, this is Nad of the USS Santa Maria,
Oh yeah. What's your code? Your clearance code?
867-5309.
All right, that checks out.
Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to get a reading on the ship we've come across. Looks like a colonial ship. We're not sure. There's no sign of life currently.
Okay. Can you give me your what quadrant you're in right now? Just make it
42.
make it up. Oh yeah, that's my favorite quadrant this time of year. The weather's there beautiful. Let me see. Let me look through my records. Do you see any kind of name on the ship?
No name on our side of the ship. We can't see anything like that. There's no lights. Power seems to be off.
Okay. Let me
What's it
think.
shaped like?
What's it shaped like?
Should we turn on the external lights on our ship?
Yeah, technician might be able to tell you what the model is.
Yeah,
Ask
okay.
him.
Pale, how is can you tell what
You
kind of ship?
you can tell that the ship's name is the Auerbach, and its code is 30323.
Auerbach code 30323.
Okay, Freddie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy. What's
Okay, Freddie, our
can you-
technician said the ship's name is called the Auerbach. Code
323.
30323.
Yeah, no, it's not showing up anywhere in my systems. It might not be registered at all, but I would advise maybe you could check it out and give me some more info. But until you do, like I can't give you anything else. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Freddie.
You're welcome.
Can I get your number, Freddie?
Yeah, can we maybe go out sometime? I mean, we just kind of formed this kind of connection. I don't. Never mind. I'll just talk to you later. And he hangs up.
You could have mentioned that we found human cells floating around.
I could have, but
He was
Freddie didn't
distracted
seem
by
to-
the gay
Freddie
operator.
didn't seem to know much anyways.
Since they said explore, and we did explore and found dead humans.
No, we found pieces of human.
Yeah, they could still be alive.
It
All right.
could just be
Without
the mattress
skin?
just got fluffed and it's all
Yeah.
skin cells in the air.
Forgot to change the filters.
What about the
those
radiation,
uranium
though?
mattresses.
Well, the shielding
Those
was
are the
bad.
best kind of this year.
Cosmic radiation.
Okay. That's why he's
What are you guys
not
gonna
medic.
do?
I need the technician. Is there any kind of weaponry that could have caused this?
Not that I've experienced, but I'm not ruling it out.
Okay.
Just then you get another pull on your radio, and it still garbled, but you can make out the words please, and a few sentences later help and stuck.
So
Damn it.
Sound neat is
Captain,
what it
this
sounds.
somebody
isn't-
needs help for sure.
This doesn't sound like you're repeating Mayday.
It's not repeating. Are you sure?
I can't be sure unless we can squelch out all the interference, and we're not having any luck with that. It's probably a small hand unit deep in the ship.
There could be somebody that needs our help, though.
When did this become the Boy Scout?
I'm so tired of being a hero.
I was waiting for you to say I'm too old for this.
I was close.
We have to do what we can to save him.
It's
If
your
we
call,
can
Captain.
save him, we have to, or her. Is
From
it
the
a
state
him or
of the
her?
ship guy.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
All right, I guess we're
You
going
guys
back
go
over.
stay. I'll stay right here.
Well, can we undock and fly around the ship? See if there's another area where we could
I
see
like that idea.
lights or anything from.
Yeah, you can do that. You're gonna have to pull again if you want to go back into the ship.
I asked the captain
I
if we
think
could
that's
do
too
that.
risky with it, the way
Yep.
it's floating around like crazy. I mean,
But
there's
if we
no
stay docked,
stabilizers
we
or
don't have to
anything.
pull
We may
again?
not be able to get docked again.
It might be better to stay because we know where we are is a safe zone to enter, and it's possible to get
Absolutely.
if we hooked up somewhere else, it could be much worse
Safe
contamination,
minus
radiation,
the
or
radiation.
the docking ports could be screwed up. We've already verified this is safe, and we have some idea where we are in the ship.
Yes, the beginning of the maze. All the rats agree.
Yeah, this
Sounds good. Sounds
isn't
fair.
good, but yeah, we have to try and save this person.
No, huh?
We can't leave a man behind, dude.
So as the technician, you would know that the best chance of this is to restore power, because that would probably give them another way to communicate, and you would know you could probably access some kind of the ship's system and find out where they are or
Unlock
what
all the doors,
happened.
like
Or
everything.
And it
Well,
also
if
likely
we
would engage
repower
life
the
support.
ship, if the ship is in hibernation, are the people on board the ship in hibernation in like little
Thought they were
pods?
floating.
you don't know.
It seems unlikely given what we've seen so far. We know that someone was trying to raid
We
what little
haven't seen
supplies they had. Someone
But we know
manually shut
there are
down the
people
power.
alive on the
They've
ship. We
left
don't know
life
if there
support
are
engaged.
more
We're
people in
assuming.
pods.
Life support is engaged, so there's likely no hibernation systems active.
Because you wouldn't need life support if you had
At least not at the level
hibernation.
we're seeing.
Right.
The person that's trapped on that ship is.
But then why would they
probably
put the
being
ship
threatened
in
by the same people that-
hibernation?
It could be that whoever's alive doesn't know how to maintain the ship, and this is an automatic system. They were running low on
Then
fuel.
what happened to everybody else?
Exactly.
They're
They're
floating in
dust.
the cargo bay hold.
Yep.
You just identified them?
Do what?
You got
They're
paper
floating
eyes.
in the air.
They're dust.
So then why do we want to go in there?
Exactly, but nobody
Because
listens
someone's
to
We
them.
have to
alive.
save.
So-
We have to
There's a
save
person
them.
that we
Why?
assume
We
or
have
believe
to.
is
What do they
alive
have
in
for
there.
you?
If it were you, would you want us to save you?
I would
Not
be
if
upset.
everyone's gonna fry.
Exactly.
All right. So
Navigator
do we have a
definitely has to die.
decision?
No, he doesn't.
Guess
Yes.
we're going on the ship.
I'm the captain, and I'm not going to leave someone that's alive behind.
Well, then we'll wait
Okay.
for you here. Go get him.
And you're coming with me.
It's an honor to work with you, sir.
Then you go with him.
We need him to stay
I don't
safe.
want
In my experience
you
on
don't. I don't
previous
care what he does.
vessels,
We need you to stay safe. I don't
The
care about
researcher's likely
research.
going to hide in the corner when the shooting starts.
Yeah, drag him by his hair. It'll be fine.
Human shield.
All right. Who's
I'm
going?
bald.
Who's going?
Nat, I'll go.
I won't force anybody
Okay.
to go,
I'm with you,
What
Captain
did you say? I
Blackman.
have to
I'm going to have to go.
except for you.
Yep. You're gonna have to
I
go.
need someone that can shoot. Yeah, I have to have the technician.
I
I'd
know
like to
guns.
have
I
you,
know
Nat,
the
and we.
shoot.
Well, I guess actually no, you all have to go because I need you as well. Bertha. So sorry.
So it sounds like we're just,
We
holding,
need the
we're just
researcher.
leaving our ship there for anybody who wants it.
We leave the researcher.
No, the researcher's staying behind. We have to have someone in the
But
ship.
he's useless. He's just going to say, hey,
Exactly.
y'all.
Exactly
That's
why
all
he's
he
staying
has
in
to
the
That's
ship.
why he's better on the ship.
We'll
All right.
have more stuff to bring you.
You're leaving the
later.
researcher behind, and you're going back onto the Auerbach, right?
Right.
Okay. So you guys, I'm assuming you follow the signs for the engineering.
Hold on, time out.
Yes.
Is there a way, Pale, before we leave, that you can hook our ship up to like security camera footage so I can see what's happening down there?
I would have to get a network interface going, and that likely would be a higher power state.
Okay.
So most likely not.
Okay. Just
You're
checking.
just continually useless. It's cool.
So do we have a way to send data back to the researcher though
Can
without
we
having
jump
to
the other ship?
No.
power? Give it
Our power supply is too small, and we would drain our ship down just trying to get halfway powered on their ship.
Okay.
This is a good idea, guys.
We like our radio system likely would be able to send visual data back.
Okay, so yeah, we won't have to keep traveling back to him every time.
Yeah, so he can see what we see.
Okay.
As you guys are talking right now, you hear this like grinding sound, almost like this ship is hitting something in space, but you know that's not possible, and it feels like the whole ship shifts just a little tiny bit and then comes back right to normal as you're in the middle.
I'd
of
find the nearest terminal and check the status of the docking port.
It looks okay. It's not 100%. I would say it's 85.
Looks okay. Jesus
What
Christ.
indication do I have of what happened?
It was-
None.
So all I know is that the structural integrity of the docking port is decreased.
Yep.
With no apparent reason why.
Get some string.
How you feel about a spacewalk, Pale?
I'm willing to do it, but I'm worried about what happened to the docking port already.
Well, we've got to find out. There's no way I'm going to put us on that ship with the possibility we might be stranded
Mm-hmm.
because of the docking port. So I'm going to send you and Nad out on a spacewalk. Just check out what happened to the docking port and then get right back in.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
All right. I'll need both of you to pull for that.
At the
Oh,
same time.
Jesus.
No, not at the
I'm
same
sorry.
time.
that's
Careful,
what you
Jordan.
choose.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my.
Bye, Jordan.
And you're giving me crap.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Where do we go from there?
You guys are.
It's dying soon.
You guys go out of your ship, not the Auerbach, and you're floating around, and you basically check out the docking port, and it looks like something. It literally just looks like the ship itself had shifted and put a tremendous pressure on your ship.
Tremendous.
Tremendous pressure on your ship, and that's what caused the integrity to go down. But it looks really safe at the moment, like it's not gonna happen again.
Do we have any way to reinforce the link between the ship, such as like some sort of
I'm
extendable?
gonna
rail?
say that you have something on board, because this docking probably happens a lot. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you probably can reinforce
So
it.
when we come back,
Cables and pitons.
I recommend to the captain that we extend the docking reinforcer, as it appears that we just had a shift.
Okay. I'm gonna have Navigator do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's done. All right, y'all. You guys going back into the ship? Is everyone's going but Theo?
I'll hold down the fort, guys.
Okay. And he's
Don't yell,
always in contact with radio, so feel free to
my
speak
spare
up
pistol
whenever.
Before I leave, just in case. You know how to use this,
So
right?
the
Say
first
what-
one
say
back
what
can
now?
get shot from fear. Cool.
What'd you
Do
say?
you know how to use this blaster pistol?
You
You point and you pull the trigger. Okay.
I'll take it, but I really would rather not.
Are we leaving the safety on?
No, because if he dies.
Given the options, considering he will likely shoot one of us.
I know I'm pushing him first. It's cool.
All right, so you guys walk back into the cargo area, and you see all the stuff you saw before, and so you go back to the signs that point to engineering on deck 3, and you walk down. You pass signs for deck 2, and you enter deck 3, and you, Pale, are the most familiar with these kind of setups. It looks like it has blown some fuses, and that you'll have to reset the circuit breakers somehow. Well, no. Okay. All right. You'll have to look around. I'm gonna make you pull for several of these things. You guys can help him look around if you don't want to pull all of it for yourself. But essentially, what I'm saying is you're gonna have to find the parts to replace it, and then replace it successfully.
Okay. So I'm going to look around engineering. There should be a door with a big sign saying spare parts.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
Reading signs.
Storage area.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, but it's locked.
Oh, you could pick locks.
We
Shoot it
forced
off.
every other door open.
Not every other door. Like, this is a different kind of lock. Those are not meant to. Those are automatic doors, like you would see
Yeah.
at like Walmart or something.
Most of your standard doors are just there in case of pressure loss.
Yeah.
This door would actually have some security to maintain, so that people don't just walk in and steal parts.
I'll let you pull to see if you can get in.
Or you could just shoot it.
I was about to say, can we shoot the lock?
Sure, you can shoot it, but I'm still gonna make whoever's shooting pull.
Why? It doesn't take any special skill to shoot a
Ricochets.
gun.
No. No. What I'm saying is, this is determining the success rate, right? I believe that you all have the ability to point and shoot, but whether it actually works is determined by the pull.
It could be like a super reinforced lock.
Yeah.
No, I'll see if I
Pretty much had to shoot
can
it.
force it
Okay.
without
Without
at
shooting it.
That one. Oh.
Okay. You get the door open, and sure enough, you find there are 3 fuses that are blown, and you find 3 replacements.
I grab all 3 fuses. Before I put them in, I'm going to see if I can find any indication of why they blew.
You don't see any.
Just out of curiosity, does anybody think it's odd that there are 3 blown and 3 replacements?
Yes.
It seems kind of like contrived, perhaps.
Yes.
Anyone
Normally, you'd
else?
have a lot more spares.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time you wouldn't expect 3 fuses to blow either.
mean, I
If
think
one
we-
blows,
I-
you have 3 extras. That seems fair.
I'm also
Well, at
going to
this
see if
point,
there's
we have
any.
no choice.
I'm also going to see if
We're
there's
already
any
this
indication
far.
of what the 3 blown circuits do.
You can tell that one of them operates main power, one of them operates the gravitational system, and one of them operates communications.
I say we. I think we should save one.
Yeah, because
And
he's
just
reading
use-
this as somehow through these high-tech radios. He's seeing the
turn off my
fuses.
radio.
No,
You got the
I'm
helmet
just
cams
messing with him.
on
Yeah.
the
I
suits.
turn off
Go
my
Bruce.
radio.
So basically, what you're gonna have to do is, I'll let you replace the fuses for free without pulling. But when you go to reset the breakers, I'm gonna make you pull.
Do I really need to explain to you how electricity works?
No, you don't.
I don't
No.
think you should tell us when you're gonna make us pull, because it makes us not want to do the thing that you're talking about.
Well, you have to though. That's something you have to do. Like you have to reset
Unless
the
we're
power.
just
We
gonna
just
turn
leave.
back.
We can go home.
Yeah, you can go home. That's fine.
Be safe.
The most boring story ever.
All right, so Captain, here's the deal. I have 3 fuses. I have 3 blown circuits. I've got main power, communications, and gravity. I'd rather not power up all 3 at one time. I don't see a huge need for communicate. No, actually, I would recommend we start with communications so that we can get a hold of whoever's alive. Because depending on what's going on, turning on main power may be worse for us. And I don't see a huge need for gravity.
I agree.
Plus, if there
We
is
should
anybody
float.
stuck on the ship that we don't necessarily want walking around and they're stuck because there's no gravity, we're walking around fine. Leaving gravity off, they're stuck where they are.
Is it possible that that shift we felt earlier could have something to do with the gravity drive being inoperable?
Unlikely, because this is the main gravity system. So without this, you may be able to get small zones with gravity, but not main ship, and
Okay.
that's what you would need for this.
I agree. Let's try and bring the comms online first and see if we can get in touch with
Alright.
whoever's out there.
I stick the fuse in the, where I replace the fuse on the gravity system. I find the breaker. I pray. Then I flip the switch.
Nothing happens.
Nothing at all.
Nothing happens.
What's going on over there, Pale?
Mm-hmm.
Gravity's controlled by main power. So I'm going to have to turn on main power and gravity. No, communication. Sorry, not gravity. I said gravity the entire time, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got what you meant though.
Okay. So we're going to have to bring main power up, and then I can turn gravity or communications on.
'Kay.
So I stick the fuse in main power. I turn off the communication breaker, and I flip the main power breaker, which I'm going to have to pull for.
Go ahead and pull for that.
Belly my bottle in the ship.
It's almost gone.
Let the man concentrate, Janice.
I feel bad for you because you're pulling the most right now.
He just has the most choices to make.
So if it falls over, do we get to reset it completely?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
you reset it, and then you pull 3 out for every member who is not playing anymore. So like if he would have failed that,
We have to
Okay.
pull
you have to
3 out.
pull 3 out. Yeah.
All right, so main power is coming back online.
Main power is back online. Yes.
So
You hear the.
now that main power is back online, should I try to network our ship to Theo so that he can monitor security?
What are the security risks? I really feel like there's got to be some kind of antagonistic presence on this ship. Are we leaving ourselves vulnerable if we do that?
Unlikely. As I have hardened our network as much as I can, there's always a chance somebody could get through, but it's unlikely.
Well, they know we're
Alright.
here now too. We've powered
And-
up the ship.
They're well aware we're here already, and so they're going to head for engineering.
Okay.
They
yeah,
don't
go
necessarily
ahead and
know that we've networked it.
Tell Theo to watch engineering in particular while we're here.
So I'm going to network these systems.
That's fine. I'll let you do that.
I was
No
going to say it
problem.
shouldn't be very hard.
No. I will. I'm
So-
just trying to think.
The next step, main power is on.
Main power's on.
So my intention is to turn on communications.
With communications, does cameras come into play? Can we
I'll-
see
I'll
the
let
rest
you,
of the
like-
ship now?
We already have security active. Security would be tied to main power. Communications would be intership communications
I
like
want
the
Theo
PA
to have a
system.
look at medical too. See if there's anyone in the medical bay or any supplies we might be able to use.
There are supplies, but there is no one appears to be in the medical bay.
And also, Theo, you see, it looks like blood that has been smeared all over the walls. It doesn't look like it's running down the walls, but it looks like there was definitely something going down.
Something went down in the medical bay. There's a
What
lot of
kind
blood.
something, Theo?
There's a lot of blood. It doesn't appear to be flowing, but there's a lot of blood.
Is it
So-
red or brown?
Like a reddish, brownish tinge. I'm not an art
I
major.
guess these cameras aren't that great.
No.
And the researcher's blind.
And also in the research lab, you think you catch some movement, but when you look closer, the camera starts to wig out, and
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
focus on anything.
Okay.
You gonna tell
I'm
us?
not going to
What
tell
else
that.
do you see,
You're not gonna say
Theo?
that.
Anything on this ship that we
We're
need
fine.
to know about?
Don't worry about it.
So do you want me to turn communications on, Captain?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ballsy.
I flip the breaker, and I pull the stick.
I'm so sorry.
You know what?
You are a sadist. That's what. Jesus.
It's a Jenga champ.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
nice.
He's gonna do all this, and then I'm.
Now I
gonna
have a question
to get
for you.
one,
Did
and
you
it's gonna all
have?
fall down.
So when the communication system comes online, it seems like you feel something in your suits start to act weird, and you all start to float. As before, you were using magnetic boots to walk on the floor or the ceiling or whichever way you needed to go. Now you're kind of just suspended, like it shot some sort of electricity that disabled your boots. You didn't take any damage, like you feel fine, but it's weird.
Captain, what most likely happened is the communication system on the ship interacted with our suits, and something screwed up. I don't know what happened. It just happened, but that's my theory. So right now, our best option is to turn on the gravity system.
That's what we have to do to get around in here. I guess.
Could
that's
you
what we're
repair
doing.
the boots?
Yeah, we tried turning that back on and off again.
Without
Yeah.
knowing the
You gotta
cause,
reboot.
it could be
Good Lord.
without
Had to.
full system diagnostics, which would take way too long. I can't verify what would happen. It may be I repair the boots, we get 5 feet down the hallway, and creps out again.
And now we're
Okay.
So I use the zero-G nav system in our suits to get myself over to where I need to be to
Yep.
fix the gravity system.
What
Okay.
are the boots for then?
Spacewalk.
It's easier to
So
walk
we weren't
around.
suspended initially.
And also, we have limited fuel.
Okay.
All right. I would say
Are you really gonna make him do another one?
I don't think so.
It's
No.
4 in a
No.
row.
You had to
Yes,
pull.
he
You
set
had to pull a
everybody
lot.
up for hell.
Yeah. You had
I'm
to pull
saying
a
no
lot.
because he forced us. I got no problem with pulling because I
No,
need to,
you're
but
fine. No, you're fine.
forcing
You're fine.
us.
So when you flip, you put the fuse in, and you flip the gravitation back on.
We all face plant on the floor.
Well, essentially,
And everything
Brace
else cuts
yourselves.
off.
everything. I'm gonna need everyone to pull to make sure you don't get hurt by this,
Thank you.
by stuff falling off the ceiling, things crashing to the ground.
It's
You'll be
engineering,
crashing
there's
to
not
the
much
ground.
floating
But
around.
wouldn't I be able to help them? So
Yeah, but if
technically,
they don't
wouldn't it
die,
just be
Well,
me
so-
that
so-
needs to pull to make sure I don't get injured to the point
No.
where I can't
No.
help them?
He's
Unless
saying
he
if we
kills
want to take
somebody
no
really bad.
damage,
Right.
we pull and then we basically brace ourselves. Which
Yeah.
I likely would have grabbed something when I was over at the fuse panel.
Yeah, I think you'd be attached, so I'm not gonna make you pull.
Well, I think everybody
You're
would know.
hiding.
Like,
They-
the
they don't
guys
have to
that
pull.
As
turn-
soon as
It's
he
just you
says
three.
I'm turning the gravity on, we're all gonna flip ourselves or put ourselves where we're not
But
gonna
you
get
you,
hurt.
you don't.
He's not relenting.
How do you have that ability?
What do you? We don't have the mental capacity to realize the
We all
gravity's
would've been
coming back
ZG
on. We're
zero G
going
trained.
down.
I don't know, man. I don't
You're
know.
ass pulling, dude.
There are boxes floating around this room. There's stuff everywhere. and-
There's
Floating
foreign
around.
materials floating in the
It's
air above our
engineering.
But
heads.
they're
don't
all
leave-
going down.
It's
They're not
engineering.
going to
You don't
fly
leave
to
stuff
the
floating
side.
around.
So if we
He
just
wants
are
to kill
not
us.
near
We're
it,
not gonna
And
get
also-
started.
we're
He's
all
not
headed
gonna get
down.
his-
Here's
The
the entire
game has
question.
come to a
Does
halt.
gravity
We gotta
system just
get
leave
Yeah,
it
we
alone,
come on. We
or
gotta
does it
you
ramp
go
up?
first, go.
It flicks on immediately.
Be careful, dude.
Don't be careful.
Don't poke so hard, man.
You were so rough.
God, you're a psycho. You're an absolute madman, dude.
Could you at least
Okay,
get
that
it like
placement
halfway
is
on the tower?
horrible.
Let's go for this one. There's probably no friction on this one over here.
There's probably all the friction in the universe on that one.
You don't know.
This Jenga is not real Jenga.
And also, I'm pretty sure the table's not level, which means
one from like this second row up here.
You have to be 2 rows from the top.
Yeah, third row down, top first one you can pull from.
2 full rows from the top.
That's the one I said.
When am I gonna pull?
Do that one
As
for
a
the medic.
recommendation, with what I found earlier, it may be better to slide some of these out. Because some of the edge cuts overhang and act like a rail.
It's hard because you're not on that side.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on. At least put that one back in.
No, you don't mess with it. You pulled it out already.
That's as high as you can go.
Come on, Captain.
Oh, Captain, my
Try
Captain.
sliding it
That's
through.
gonna be worse.
Captain, be careful.
Try sliding it through.
We need you,
Table to make
Captain.
it worse.
Ooh.
What the hell?
Oh god.
I'm so sorry, Taylor.
God almighty, Captain.
You get hurt.
We're screwed if we get hurt now, guys.
There was one towards the bottom, but like on the back side. Yeah, the other way. Oh my God, be careful, Taylor.
Oh, if you flick one, it'll pop right out of
You
the-
haven't even got a chance to do anything. You're
I
too young to
know.
die, man.
Our medics can't go.
Careful.
Isn't your
Yeah, it's
feet
on that little
soaking
pivot
wet and
point.
sweaty?
Oh my Christ, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't tap
These
so hard,
blocks
Taylor.
just aren't smooth
People are like,
enough,
oh,
man.
you barely touch it and it moves like 3 inches.
Dude is that fast.
Hey, listen, if you think it's gonna fall, I'd go with the flick method of anything, dude. Fastest
No, no,
possible.
no, no.
Yeah, no, that works. I play a lot of Django with my kids, man. It works.
I play a lot.
For
I'm a
real.
Jenga master,
A
dude.
lot of Spider-Man Django.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
And that's just fitted on top somehow with.
But my Spider-Man Jengas were like all shiny and slick. They're like really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, those are nicer
It
probably.
was still like
Can
a
we
$10
stop saying the
set.
copyrighted name of it?
Yeah, it's like saying
Weird.
frisbee when you're playing Ultimate Disc.
Mine aren't actually. They're not even the copyrighted name either. They're just like Spider-Man brand. Like it's not even.
What I'm saying is we're giving.
Taylor.
Yeah, that's
oh,
why he
nice.
Now,
Nice job.
time out.
me
Fix
fix it.
that. Fix that.
I'll
Top.
fix it. Yeah, I'll fix it.
It's his fault.
'Kay.
He's going to drop it in the.
All right. So you all fall and aren't hurt.
Well, I have to do as well, don't
No, you don't. You're not in there.
No.
Yes, he was.
You're
He forced me to come all the way with
you're.
him.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah,
oh
he
my bad.
forced me to
Sorry, I
go.
thought you were still waiting.
All right,
No,
go
I
ahead,
wanted
Leslie.
to, but somebody needs to have their hand held.
What are you talking about?
Story's boring when you stand at the back
I need
door.
you. Yeah.
I
you wanna
need
just-
you.
Can't back.
Was it nice? Don't die.
Goodbye, Wesley.
Goodbye. Wesley.
You needed me to die for you. Imagine
You
Come on,
that.
got
Janet,
it,
you
man.
can
You
do
got
it.
it. Come on. Try like over here somewhere.
Easy does it. Whoops.
Kicked it.
I'm
Come
not,
on,
dude.
man.
I'm not gonna be a dick.
Give him a break.
Watch your mic here when you stand up.
Oh, nice, dude. It's coming.
That's
Oh
it.
That's a
my
brave
God.
man.
That's it. It's
You're
a
incredible,
brave man
dude.
right
That's
there.
You're incredible. Careful. Oh, nice. Oh, my
Good.
God. Oh, you're, so,
Congratulations.
oh, you're
Nice.
so good at that.
You're alive still.
All right. Huge clouds of dust and this radiated skin material fly everywhere as the ventilation system also kicks on as well at this time with the main power and the gravity and communications.
Spores. He was right.
You have spores everywhere.
Medic check radiation.
Check everything.
You want to check radiation?
Well,
Are
You're not. No, you don't have to pull for it. It's like reading the thing. Everything in this game is like, do I have to pull?
it's like reading text message. You pull out the scanner, it's like radiation levels have up or down.
Well, obviously they've gone up because everything just flew out of there.
You notice that around the circuit breakers, the radiation levels seem to have been a little bit higher. That could have been the. It could be that was part of the reason why those fuses blew.
Radiation is higher around the circuit breakers. That could have been why those fuses blew.
I hope I'm wearing my lead underpants.
So all this dust flies up and around the. How many are you're at the ship, right? So the 5 of you. You're still looking at making sure everything is okay, and you guys kind of check up on each other and make sure that nobody got hurt in the fall. And you hear a scuttling sound from. It would be. Let's see how I want to orient this. It'll be from Bertha's left, and she is at kind of the back. She was kind of closest to the door, and you hear this scuttling sound, and
Is that an example of said sound? Okay.
like
Mice.
something like something.
So it's mice.
Yes.
Yeah, like a
Okay,
skittering,
makes more sense.
but it was kind of hard to notice because of the huge sound of everything falling. And you don't see anything, but you feel something push you in the back, and you fall forward onto the ground, and you see a pair of, it looks like feet, run past you and toward the captain.
Bertha, watch out!
After you clean your underwear.
We're looking forward. All you saw was him fall over.
So
unless
does
you're
he
watching
not see this
engineering.
coming after him?
Not at the moment. His
Well,
back
we're all
is
turned
to it.
around. 'Cause we're
Captain,
all looking
turn
at the
around.
circuits.
I turned.
So
And your bitch slapped.
Hold for reflexes.
you can barely see through the dust, but it looks like something is coming towards you at a pretty breakneck speed, and it takes its what you assume is its hand, and it tries to clock you in the face.
I slipped the jab and uppercut the fuck out of it.
I need you to pull
Take a
for
shot
it.
at it, but you chose to physically fight it. So okay.
What happens if our captain dies?
I can decide to just kill this thing in one punch and then die, right? Like suicide punch.
Only if you succeed.
You wouldn't necessarily kill it. This is not a situation where you could sacrifice yourself up for everyone else.
When are those?
Like if you're running away from something,
And you're
and
slower.
yeah,
Okay.
and you want to slow down the mob. This is like it's ambushing you.
Okay.
This is pull to watch.
What are you talking about?
I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
I'm thoroughly
The
enjoying
stress
this.
from this is
I
great.
don't want anybody to die.
I'm playing the wrong game. Or at least with the wrong group.
So we in character while pulling?
No, this is just like
That's a high stress
Push up to the middle
situation.
there.
I don't think you can pull from
No, you
that one.
can't.
That's a lot of
Oh, there you go.
going on there, Justin.
You should not encourage one of the other.
oh.
Captain, no. We need you to force Leslie to do things. Like Chuck. If he's not here, our navigator's
that'll
be useless.
help.
We need Captain here.
our navigator
There we
useless. We need
go.
Captain here. There we go.
The navigator's the one that's actually trained the
What I'm
pilot
getting
of
at
the
is the
ship.
navigator hasn't wanted to do anything. The captain
hasn't
keeps
wanted to do
forcing
it.
it.
The captain keeps
That's
forcing
because
it.
I think we should go back to the
Navigator
ship.
didn't want to come off the ship.
This is too exciting for
The
me.
navigator's actually
Good
playing
job,
character.
Captain. Welcome
All the
back.
ones at the bottom are stuck, dude. Just stay away from the
You
bottom, guys.
you successfully push this thing. You push this thing off of you. It does get one jab in.
Tell me I
but
uppercut its chin and the teeth just shatter into pieces.
Sure, that we can have that happen.
If it
yeah.
has teeth.
Yeah, if it has teeth, you still can't really get a good look at it, even though it is right up on you. It
Falcon
it jumped on you and pushed you on the ground, and its breath just clogged up your mask, so you can't really see what the heck is going on. But it seems to like have taken a beating from that one hit that you landed before it fell, and it looks around to everyone, and you see it dart off and into a ventilation shaft.
What the hell was that thing, Theo?
Here's the question: can he actually see me?
That's what I was gonna say.
Let's just assume that on your suits you have some kind of relay like video.
We've already
Yeah, but
established this.
you said the
established that at the
dust
beginning.
was so thick he couldn't even
Yeah.
see it coming
But
after
a
him.
video
No.
camera should see better than his eyes.
Right, and the reason he couldn't see it so close was that he was breathing on the mask. If he could probably get a decent look at it.
That's
Hmm.
not right.
Didn't think about
What
that.
did I
You
say?
said when it was running at him before he
He
even
could
hit
barely
it.
see it, yes, but it right here when it was this close to his face, he had a hard time seeing it because the thing was breathing on his mask.
I'm rewinding the feed. Hold on, guys.
I couldn't afford the DVD player, guys. I'm sorry.
Everyone just stops and looks at the captain like, "Are you serious?"
Really
What,
gestures.
for this.
what you see is
Our gestures.
it looks like some sort of humanoid figure, but it looks like its skin is almost translucent, almost like it doesn't have skin at all.
Well, because it all radiated off.
Guys, this looks human for the most part, but it like doesn't have skin almost. I don't.
As you're talking, you hear something.
Hold on, guys. I'm hearing something.
You're great at this, Michael.
That cracked me up. Guys, wait, I'm getting something. Hold on. You hear something pounding on the outside of the door.
What?
Guys,
His door?
Yeah, of his
My
door.
door?
Of your door.
There's somebody. Don't open it.
I'm knocking at your door. Somebody's ringing your bell.
guys, I ordered a pizza.
Theo, there are no pizza join this quadrant.
Oh God, that's not
Grab a
good.
gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I grabbed
Okay.
that Capitan gave me earlier,
Okay.
regretfully. And I walk over to the door and I peer out. And
Why would you do that?
I don't open the door. I peer out the window.
Theo, don't touch the door.
Just
I
hide.
peer out the window and I don't see anything. But there is a handprint
We
on
need
the
to
window.
go back and
Yep.
help him make sure he's safe.
There's a handprint on the window, and you hear something hit the top of the ship. Of your ship.
Do that.
Make
We
sure all
need
the
to go
ceiling
help
panels are tight.
him.
Be in denial. Don't tell us.
All right, Captain. Is there a?
Another thud.
From where?
What's on, Theo? What's going on?
Captain,
Talk
there-
to me.
there's one of these creatures I think is on the ship. Is there a place for me to hide safely?
Jesus Christ! Don't leave them. All right, I want Navigator to head back.
A
They're gonna try and help you out. Meet technician, and we're gonna check out the rest of the ship.
Okay. I guess I'll just sit tight. I'm scared. It sounds like he's coming closer.
Don't be a hero, Theo.
Hide
Theo?
somewhere.
I'm not gonna be a hero. Trust
Get
me.
behind a desk.
panel.
Under
What
a
panel?
desk.
Open it.
How do I open it? No, get under the panel.
You
for the
hear-
control.
Okay, get in the bathroom. All right, I'm in the bathroom.
You pound the other side of the door again, and you look out, and you see some kind of skinless being that is beating, and it looks like he's about to break the glass of the window.
All right, guys, hurry. Hurry, he's going to get through.
Then it seems to stop, and it looks in the window at you and tilts its head a little bit, and then walks over
I'm
to
making
the
eye
dot
contact.
code and punches in a few numbers, and the door's open.
Who gave this alien the code? Which one of you gave the alien the code?
Okay, thank you for joining us for part 1 of our Dread playthrough. Tune in next week to find out if Theo lives or dies, if Wesley decides to do anything with his character. All that and more next time.